What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topics, tweets, videos y'all want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey yeah guys, today is Monday, September 19th. Sorry for no videos last week. I had some important things I needed to take care of that have since not been taken care of, but I cannot go another full week without uploading videos. So it's always the times when you want to do the most work and kind of like get in the grind, whether it's like the gym or anything like that, when something, you know, life starts popping up at the way. You guys know how it goes. But I won't bore you guys with my personal life, okay? Let's talk about what's been going down. A lot has been going down. Every time I step away, like whenever I leave the internet for whatever reason, yo, the entire internet goes wild. And last week and this weekend was absolutely crazy. So let's cover some of like the biggest things that happened last week. Yeah, you guys know the drill. Sit back, relax, put your feet up, and yeah, allow me to lay it on you. All right, so this is probably the biggest story that happened over the weekend that involves Twitch, streaming, gambling, and then all these YouTubers and streamers coming in and talking about how a guy basically pulled off one of the biggest scams of all time within the whole Twitch community, and it all has to do with his addiction to gambling. Isaac and a lot of you guys asked me to talk about this, and if you don't know about it, I'm gonna give you guys the full 411. Said Twitch streamer scammed fans, mods, and friends of over $300,000. Before we get into the receipt, to give you some more general information, but also Jock saying a Twitch streamer named Sliker scammed $300,000 from possibly hundreds of viewers and streamers. From his viewers as well. That's insane, dog. Twitch streamer Sliker has been accused of messaging dozens, possibly hundreds of viewers and streamers asking for money and failing to repay them, with some people giving him thousands and others even tens of thousands of dollars. We can come to some of the receipts and basically some of the examples of Sliker asking for money, but he said here, bro, can I ask for a huge effing fave? Don't hate me, king. Sure. Keep it personal, please, but basically my bank got locked and I need money in my PayPal to pay some of my bills. Is it possible to ask? I'll pay you back next month. I'm not really close with anyone on Twitch, but yeah, I can give you extra too as well if you can. Call me if you think I'm hacked. So yeah, guy completely bamboozled whoever this guy Schmoll is and was like, yo, help me. I need some cash to put in my PayPal account because I have no money in there because it's frozen. Specifically though, it's because he's been gambling his money away. Here, not even like 9 days ago, he said, hey, you there? Yo, bro, you couldn't do another $600. Legit, I will have you back soon. Give me 7 days. Jesus Christ. I would never trust anybody with a Tupac profile asking for me for money and saying that they're gonna pay me back. Ain't no way. This part, he said, I helped, he asked, I helped, he paid 2 months later. Now I'm in debt and losing an apartment and got $3,000 in bills. Jesus Christ, how much money did this person give to them? Just a quick pause, by the way. If anybody asks you for money and that money that they ask for is something that's gonna take away from your own living conditions or your quality of life, okay, never give it away. Ever, okay? I give you guys a moral of the story of this because I'm deeply connected with this whole gambling addiction and loaning money. You guys probably already know my story, but I will wrap it up towards the end. But yeah, just be careful out there on these streets, okay? Don't give money that you can't afford to give. Or at the very least, but if you do give somebody money, just expect to never see it again, okay? Don't ever expect to see it again. And this receipt, Sliker said, read the convo. I still got my issue with my money. You can't borrow for a few days and I bust back. Nah, sorry, bro. Legit. What's the issue anyway? 200 quid for 300, bro. CBA explaining. Long story with my accountant. You get that in 2 days or less, or even tomorrow. I don't know what he's even saying here. This is like gibberish, but it's definitely full of lies. As this got exposed, more and more people everywhere all over the internet was like, yo, Sliker asked me for money as well. Sliker asked me for money as well. Sliker asked me for money as well. And everyone just started sharing these receipts. And then finally, everyone started realizing like, holy crap, Sliker has been using the entire streaming community and his viewers and his mods as his own personal piggy bank to continue gambling. Even here, Caleb Oompaville said, making video, be right back. Thought I was helping a friend, not getting scammed by a scammer. In which this was dated back in 2021, by the way. This was last year, January, basically saying, FF's sakes, I'm so embarrassed, man. I don't know what to do. My PayPal got burned permanently and had all my effing money in it as an accountant, wanted me to do so. I made it before I was 18, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I'm legit so effed and embarrassed to ask anyone, like literally appealing to motion to anybody that's close to him to take their money. This tweet here from Your Rage. He said, I'd be sharing wealth too easily for the ends I F with, bro. And basically in this receipt, he said, please don't be afraid to say no. I'm disgusting for this request and I deeply apologize. He said, I got you with the loan. What's your PayPal? I won't be able to send it for a few hours. Then he said, I know it's good, bro. I know life gets hella tough. And then literally the next tweet is Sliker admits to stealing over $300,000 from viewers and friends. I gotta see the clip. Apparently Sliker talks about it, but let's see what he has to say. So there's a video here. It's 18 minutes. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. it's him crying for the majority of it, where he's basically confessing and talking about what occurred. And I'll play bits and clips of it, but basically coming out and saying, you know, cat's out the bag, here's what's been happening.
Wallah, I don't know what to say, boys. Wallah, I don't know what to say.
The volume is low.
It's time for the truth.
You can turn it up because volume is
just low. It was the hardest thing. I'm sorry, bro. This is not, man. I do apologize, man. Wallah, I hate drama. Wallah, I hate, but I got this onto myself. So,
I don't want to sit here and just show you guys him just crying nonstop. So I'm going to see if he said anything of actual substance so that we can, you know, not watch a guy cry for 18 minutes on a video. Here's a popular 60-second clip of him talking about how he borrowed more than $100,000 from Trainwrecks TV, another Twitch streamer who basically gambles all the time. And Asmon Gold is right here reacting to it as well.
Trainwrecks, I would message him. I'd be like, bro, I'm in a situation. He gave me like $150,000. No, sorry, not 150, $100,000, and I know people are gonna be like, the people I owe, you're gonna 150. Be like, what?
So this is more than this is over 300K.
I had to
this
pay
is definitely
50,
over 300K, bro.
In a month, I would have to pay someone.
Wait, what? Please tell me I'm hearing that wrong, please.
He said Train gave him
150K.
No, that takes it to like over.
He said 100. He said 100.
I need to get a sponsorship with steak.
I told you it's over 200K.
I don't know how much extra I paid them. I would be like,
all right. So that's the clip. Everyone's reacting to this guy who's coming out and basically confessing to the fact that he stole a lot of people from money from friends and viewers and mods. And he's coming out with it because everyone else is coming out about it. And when everyone else comes out about it, then it just, you know, like I said, cat's out the bag. And that's currently what's happening with this guy named Sliker. So yeah, this entire situation with this guy named Sliker and his gambling addiction and him borrowing money from everything has sparked this tirade where basically people are saying like, hey, we need to remove gambling streams from Twitch. Period. As you can see, this guy right here was the catalyst that needs to be used to pressure Twitch from removing gambling streams because it is an addiction and it is a problem. Is the narrative that's basically being spread right now. You can see here, Pokimane said, like if Twitch should ban gambling, had 269,000 likes, and everyone in the comments now is arguing whether or not it should be banned or it shouldn't be banned, and they're fighting back and forth, yada yada yada. Hasanabi, another Twitch streamer, basically said Twitch isn't doing anything about it because gambling is too big an industry and generates revenue. It's also capturing the pro sports scene aggressively as well, suggesting that yeah, Twitch does not care as long as they make money. You know, they don't care about their double standards. They don't care about, you know, women out there exposing their boobies and or having sex on streams and just basically getting banned for a week. They don't care. Okay, as long as they're generating the revenue, they seem to be okay with it. So no matter how much pressure you put on Twitch, if it's still giving them the revenue, basically it's not to be saying it's just not going to do anything. And which Pokimane saying that's why public pressure is necessary in my opinion. Obviously they won't do anything as long as it's free money for them, but that's not an outcome I want or am okay with, which is pretty key because Pokimane is like the queen of Twitch when it comes to like female streamers. She's like the face of it. Like if you go to actual like Twitch on the app, I think you actually just see Pokimane on there. So the fact that she's saying, hey, Twitch, this is not cool, it's a big deal for her and her brand and for Twitch. Another really popular streamer, Bamboo, said Twitch has rules in place for anyone promoting or streaming self-destructive behavior. The fact that promoting actual gambling is not a part of that is ridiculous, as most, if not all the time, it is self-destructive behavior. Promoting gambling on stream should be banned. So because this has become like public discourse and all the streamers are basically talking about what's happening, everyone's coming out to say that things are happening, there has been developments about how it has actually evolved into a new kind of solution or a quick temporary fix for the current moment. Basically, a bunch of rich Twitch streamers who have a lot of money are basically suggesting that they are going to pay back people like Hachu. Hachu was a streamer on Twitch who borrowed money from him as well. And you guys can see the impact of this clip right here. And you will find out a little bit later that xQc and I believe Ludwig and a couple of other people were trying to pay back all of the people who lost their money to this big old scam from Sliker, which is pretty freaking cool. Before I play the clip, this receipt here saying here, can you give me 2,500 when you got payment from Twitch? Basically, she was asking for his money back and he said, sorry, Hachu, really sorry. I have a huge problem right now. I don't even have much from Steam because of depression. Look, she said, look, I believe you at least try to pay me back. I'm still in a tough situation, paying off a lot of debts, and I really need the money. In which he said, can I send you bit by bit, please? I'm sorry, Hachubi. Really, he's not planning on paying her back. He can't. He's literally incapable of. And this is just one of those heartbreaking moments where you trust somebody who you think you is a friend and they come to you in confidence saying that they need help, right? They literally like, I need you and I need your help and I have no other friends, and you get tricked and you get scammed and you basically get betrayed.
I'm really sad and I'm really depressed, but at least I need to try.
Yeah.
But he just said he even didn't try. You know what? Money was even doesn't matter at the time. I just said because he just didn't think about me. He just didn't give a fuck about me. I thought he was my friend. At least he was trying to. He should try to. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, money doesn't matter.
So that absolutely breaks my heart because I mean, I know exactly how she feels. When I was just quick out TLDR in case you don't know, but I was a victim of somebody when it came to borrowing money when I was very young. My stepfather took cash advances out of a credit card that he bought for me or got for me, you know, as a birthday present when I turned 18, and literally used me as a bank. Took money out of it, said that he was going to use it to take care of some houses and real estate or whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure. You're my father. That makes sense if you need to use the money for something. And eventually I was in $30,000 worth of credit card that cash advances with 9.99 APR or something absolutely ridiculous because he took the money and he gambled it. And he spent it away and never really actually told me that's what occurred. But that happened back when I was 18 and I spent almost a decade trying to pay off that debt. Only reason why I am telling you guys that specific kind of personal story is to share with you guys that this is something that definitely hits home for me because I understand the concept of gambling addictions. That same person was asking money from many friends and families in our area and completely ruined a lot of relationships because they just kept asking for more money and taking more money and tricking people into more money so that they can go gamble, so that they can try to hit it big, so that they can keep losing it and keep digging everyone in deeper pits. It was a never-ending spiral of this addiction that my stepfather had or has. I think he's still doing it. And the worst part, like Chubby just said here, is at least try. All right, at least maybe $25 a month. Just try to make payments, but that's not what's happening here. She's upset that he's not even trying to send bit by bit. He's not even going to execute on that, which is breaking the friendship. It's not even about the money at a certain point. For a lot of people, especially me, it was the money. It put me in financial ruin for a very long time. But for a lot of people, it's just like, yo, can you just at least make the attempt? But because he was doing this with so many people, came to the point where it was impossible. He tricked too many people. He deceived way too many people. And his habit of gambling was larger than, I guess, sustaining the friendships of the people that he had around him. Anyways, you guys can see from the tweets here, Ludwig said, I'm working with xQc to pay everyone back who got scammed by Sliker. This time Twitch does something about gambling streams. xQc said, we are aware about this Sliker situation and the victims who were scammed out of their hard-earned money. Heartbreaking. Me and Ludwig will be trying our best to get money back to those people. This is about the victims, only them. This will take time. It's over $300,000. At least $300,000 is my guess. If Sliker has been asking people for money for like the past 2 to 3 years based on the receipts that we've seen, it's gotta be at the very least. But it is pretty cool to see people like Ludwig and xQc and people who have like millions and millions of dollars sitting here and pay back part of the community. It's it's one of those situations where they are giving back to their community in a way where they see that there's some victims there, and they're like, yeah, I can help you guys out, and that's pretty cool. That's really freaking cool. Even xQc, who is a gambler streamer, he gambles, and people have talked about his gamba. He was in a drama recently about something about him and his girlfriend Adept, and him basically they were fighting about their relationship on stream, and I'm not going to go into that because like I feel like obviously it's their personal life, their private life being put into the public, and I was just not trying to like, I don't know. That felt like a little bit too tea, a little bit too messy. You know, if you've ever been in a relationship and you've had issues and that stuff got publicized, it just does not feel good. So I mean, and no one asked me to talk about it, so I left it alone. But anyway, these two are trying to pay everyone back, and that's really freaking cool. So yeah, guys, that's basically what happened with Sliker, the guy who basically had the biggest Twitch scam of all time. You'll probably see videos from it from Ludwig and all these other people react to and stuff, and people talking about how they got, you know, asked for money from this guy. And again, I gave you guys my testimony how I'm already deeply intertwined with it. I do think that Twitch needs to do something when it comes to gambling. I've always talked about this situation because I talked about Gacha Vortex games, and I was like, how are Gacha Vortex games available to little children? I know we joke about it, you know, with the whole re-rolling Gacha Vortex being like, you pay to play for free, but then when you run out of orbs, you got to sit there and wait in order to roll randomly to a lottery to get waifus, you know, like it's it's funny, but I know that me, when I was younger, when I was playing those games, like I got hooked, right? And I bought some orbs, and it was hard not to buy orbs. There's something specifically where they're targeting your brain to get that dopamine, right? And I can understand it's an addiction, right? And I don't want to make it excuses for Sliker as well. Like, he has a gambling addiction. Obviously, that is something that he has and he occurs. He should not have done what he did, okay? That does not excuse for him for any kind of crimes that he does and all the pains that he's committed just because he has a gambling addiction. I am familiar with people in life who have gambling and addictions, and it's a real thing. It's not just some fake thing that people will say like, oh, I have the addiction. It's a real thing, which is why Twitch should try to be more reactive and more responsive. If they're not going to get rid of gambling streams, somehow make it so that kids cannot get to it. Because I believe as of right now, kids have access to all of the gambling streams. You don't have to be 18 or 21, or you can lie about it. Like, the roundabout ways of it is very easy. Or some people were suggesting that if you are doing a gambling stream, right, maybe there needs to be more disclosures. If you're being, maybe they need to remove the actual sponsorships, people getting paid from gambling streams, because then you have people who are being given millions and millions of dollars to just spend millions and millions of dollars. That makes sense, which is kind of not how it works in real life. Because if you watch somebody, your favorite streamer, gambling, they will not give you $1 million so that you can lose, I don't know, 200,000. It doesn't work that way. It's a problem. It's an issue. And it's something that we want to hear from Twitch. But if Twitch continues to do what it has always done, which is basically ignore its viewer base and its audience, they will continue to do this as well. But that's the situation with Sliker. Let me know how you guys feel about the biggest scam in Twitch history. And what do you guys feel about gambling in general? Do you think it needs to be removed from Twitch? Do you think it needs to be more politicized? Do you think this whole thing with Sliker is not something that should be used as a movement, which is some people are saying? Let me know what you guys feel. Guys, before we get further in today's topics, I'm happy to announce that today's video is sponsored by Keeps. That's right, guys, it's finally September. But just because fall is here doesn't mean that your hair has to fall out as well. Jokes aside, guys, you see, hair loss is absolutely normal. 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness at some point in their life, okay? That's just fact. But thankfully, with Keeps treatment, you can take measures into your own hand to prevent said hair loss. You see, Keeps has a team of expert medical advisors, prescribers, and care specialists to aid you in making your hair goals journey a reality. But preventative measures are absolutely key. Keeps treatment takes about 4 to 6 months to see results, so it's important to act fast. The sooner you go at it, the better. It's definitely one of those things that if you guys put off for far too long, it might be too late to recover. So yeah, guys, what are you waiting for? Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/InfernoOmni or click in the link in the description below. That's KEEPS.com/InfernoOmni. And again, special thanks to Keeps for sponsoring today's video. So guys, we're going to move on from the biggest scam of all time in the Twitch community to the biggest gaming leak of all time that I can actually think about. It's absolutely freaking huge, and it has to do with Rockstar Games and Grand Theft Auto 6, the game that everyone has been wanting since years and years ago, got completely leaked by one of the people on board. I'll tell you all about it. Chef X said GTA 6 leaked footage, and there's videos all over the internet that you can see that are basically getting copyright claimed and DMCA'd by Rockstar, confirming that this is the source footage of the game. Now, I would play this clip, right? But I do fear that if I played any few seconds of this clip right here, Rockstar will come to my channel and bow, knock the hell out of me, because the person who leaked this game not only leaked the footage, not only leaked like the gameplay and all that, but they also leaked the source code. And if you don't know what that means, they leaked how the game was being created, the base source code of how the game was being made. That's assets, that's private intellectual property. And if enough of that source code is public on the internet, which I believe it now is, then someone could actually take that source code and create their own Grand Theft Auto. They could create their own mod of it. They could create the game. It's like taking the secret sauce of McDonald's Big Mac, which everyone knows by now at that point, but it's like taking away the core from it and taking away the assets. It's one of the worst leaks in history, and a lot of people are extremely upset because now they think that what's going to happen is GTA is going to basically get delayed until infinity. They're going to have to figure out what to do with these leaks. They're going to have to figure out how to police around it. They're going to figure out how to move forward. Rockstar has responded, by the way. My boy Xenofactless let me know, and I said a message from Rockstar Games. This was only less than an hour ago as of this morning, saying, we recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early development footage of the next Grand Theft Auto. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption to our live game services, nor any long-term effect on the development of our ongoing project, suggesting like, hey, at this point in time right now, we don't expect to have any delays, but you know, it could happen. We are extremely disappointed to have any details of our next game shared with you all in this way. Our work on the next Grand Theft Auto game will continue as planned, and we remain as committed as ever to delivering an experience to you, our players, that truly exceeds your expectations. We will update everyone again soon, and of course, we'll properly introduce you to the next game when it is ready. We want to thank everyone for their ongoing support through this situation, the Rockstar Games team. Which is wild, because literally my last video about a week ago, in my video about a week ago, I was talking about spoilers and how it's basically impossible to avoid it when it comes to movies, when it comes to anime, when it comes to shows. When it comes out, it's out there. And before it even comes out, you will find out. The manga, whatever it is, whatever the show is, you will see anything. You cannot be surprised on the internet anymore. The only way you can be surprised if you just cut off the internet and you just... And even then, somebody with the internet will come in and be like, hey, bro, did you know? So like the fact, though, that now actual full-ass games are getting leaked, that's not even just like characters, not even like, oh, look, this is what's going to be in the game, or look, this character is going to be in the game, blah, blah. No, just the full-on game got absolutely leaked. This reminds me of CD Projekt with Cyberpunk. That game came out and people were upset about that game, and then someone went to town and started leaking all the assets for the game and from all the user bases and all that stuff. Reminds me of something like this, but this is one of the biggest leaks in gaming history. My boy Young Ye made this tweet. He's, by the way, Young Ye is one of my favorite YouTubers. He talks about video games. He's also a voice actor for freaking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, what a god. Said, the hacker who leaked GTA 6 videos and source code, I am looking to negotiate a deal. He said, what, a deal? Take-Two, the company that sues over mods? I don't think this moron understands who they're dealing with and the amount of legal hellfire that's going to rain down on them. And this thing reads from GTA forums from Teapot Tuber Hacker. Hi, here are 90 footage clips from GTA 6. It's possible I could leak more data soon. GTA 5 and 6 source code and assets. GTA 6 testing build. What in the ham fact? And why? Why has he done this? I mean, obviously, it's gotta be for money. He's talking about his telegrams for any questions. Saying he woke up and then unexpectedly went viral. The only thing I could do that I could think of is this person just wants like freaking money, but you're gonna get got. Like, you're going to get got. Someone is going to come and get you because this is a lot of money. This is millions and millions and millions of dollars. This is a franchise. This is like if somebody leaked Kingdom Hearts 5, right? And you was suddenly playing with Sora and Goofy all of a sudden, like a year before the game even came out. Like the Nintendo's got the Nintendo Ninjas. I don't even know what type of ninjas are up there for Rockstar, but there's got to be some, right? Coming back to Twitter and seeing some of the biggest tweets with people talking about it, this guy Lex said the GTA 6 leak proves that gamers have no idea about how game development works whatsoever. These homies are complaining that the game looks unfinished when it literally is. Yeah, so and on Twitter, right? Imagine a game that you're making is in development, right? And then someone leaks it, and then people are online like, wow, this game looks terrible. It looks like it's still in development. Like, people are going off on it. When I looked at it, it actually looked pretty good. And again, I want to show you guys the clips. Like, if you go to Twitter, you type in the leak, you will still find some videos every now and then, but they're eventually going to get yanked or removed. But I thought it looked pretty good for something that was still in freaking development. I'm definitely going to play it for sure. But yeah, people are complaining about the actual build of the game. Young again here said the GTA 6 leaks may very well be the worst leak in gaming history. If you think this is a cause for celebration, understand that the hacker who perpetrated this has made the lives of developers a living nightmare, and this incident will single-handedly delay the long-awaited game. Now, Rockstar, as we just talked about, said that it might not, but it probably will at this point, is most likely. It's going to make this game, when it does officially come out, though, become hype. Like, I know this is not good. It's not a good thing, but now that everyone's talking about it, when it actually does come out, GTA 6 is probably going to be the most bought game of freaking all time. Like, everyone and their mom is going to freaking buy this game, in my opinion. But yeah, it's not looking good right now and in the current. Anyway, without further going into any more detail, that's the gist of the GTA 6 leak. In my opinion, again, I'm going to buy the game. It's bad that it happened, right? And it's going to be a shit show for the developers, and they're going to have to go ahead and make this and get all of it. But in terms of the publicity, it's going to be good. And I think even without the publicity, everyone was going to buy the game. But from what I saw, and what you guys could probably see as well, it looked like it was going to be a pretty dope game. And if that was the early developments, and they still have a long way to create it, I'm hyped for it. I'm going to play it frame one, and I know a lot of people will play that game frame one. There's going to be a lot of role playing involved as well. Let me know what you guys thought about the leaks, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about GTA 6 in general. Are you excited for it or not? But guys, we had a little bit of gaming and anime news that we need to cover, because last week we have the state of play from PlayStation, the Nintendo Direct. Apparently in Fortnite, we're getting Gwen from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse into Fortnite, and a few other things that happen in gaming and both anime. So this whole segment right here is going to be like a quick gaming and anime update segment for all my weeb heads out there, which was really huge. But Xenofactless, we'll start off with this one saying that the Pokemon company thinks that Nuzlockes are the same as a ROM hack. Now, if you guys don't know, you know Pokemon, but if you don't know what a Nuzlocke is, a Nuzlocke is something that YouTubers and Pokemon creators have created where they play a game through the entire way, and if a Pokemon dies, then they die forever, basically. And there's rules to it as well, which Pokemon you can pick up. Usually you can only pick up one Pokemon per territory, the first one that you encounter, yada yada yada. There's rules to the Nuzlockes, but apparently the Pokemon company said these Nuzlockes are the same as ROM hacks, which is like a question mark. And I'm looking at here, and these are your boys. I forget what their names is, but they got their own videos now. They used to be a part of Nintendo. Let's read this tweet really fast. It's from Patters, and he said the Pokemon company thinks Nuzlocke runs are on the same level as ROM hacks. Let's watch this quick clip really fast.
If so, do you have any stories?
Have you played a Nuzlocke?
We have a great
Pokemon
story to tell about this, where we thought that this would be a fun idea for a Nintendo Minute video.
We did, yeah.
And so we pitched it to the Pokemon company
and
and
we
say, hey,
did not get slapped.
We would like to do a Nuzlocke run. What do you think?
And they thought they were going to fire us.
They said, here's what we think.
Yeah, no, seriously.
No, seriously, we got fired.
So they said, we consider this to be on the same level as using like hack game, ROM hacks.
Like, how is that the same?
Excuse me?
I don't know how, again, how they get to these decisions.
This is just a style of playing a game that everybody can buy. There's no hacking.
Yeah, they're
just
not
playing
using
the game.
anything weird.
So this is just how archaic Nintendo is, by the way. That somehow playing a game that you've bought in a specific kind of way is now being translated into a hack. That's how far out of touch Pokemon and Nintendo is, okay? They don't know what a freaking Nuzlocke is.
That was truly, again, one of the more like,
what?
Wait, what? Responses.
Yeah. And there was a lot of creators that played Nuzlocke, a style of Pokemon. They got like erased from their creator program.
So now you can see why people got afraid to propose.
Wait, pause. That was a big statement. I didn't even know. She's just said that there were people who were part of the Nintendo's creators partner program. If you are a Nintendo ambassador, they send you games to play, and then, you know, you say free ad or whatever. She's saying that people got the Ejectocito Cuz button because they did a Nuzlocke, because Nintendo thought it was a ROM hack? Bro,
what seemed like very basic ideas.
Yeah.
Because there was such just unpredictability of like, am I going to get like in huge trouble for suggesting?
We really did. Like,
this normal thing?
Huge, and like the thing is, like, once you get in trouble,
that's your reputation.
They don't want to trust you again. You like lose access to all these things.
So you do nothing.
Exactly. Or you make curry.
And you just.
Oh my God. Dang, dog. They exposing Nintendo. These two worked with Nintendo for a long time. I'm sorry, their names are escaping me at the moment, but they was working with the Nintendo Minute, and they were working for Nintendo for a long time. They eventually moved on to make their own YouTube channel, and now they are spilling the tea. Hopefully they didn't have any NDAs. However, there appears to be some tea. Joe Merrick, the Pokemon master, webmaster of Cerebi, one of the Pokemon guys, okay? Just the Pokemon guy, one of them. Said, I've actually spoken to the TPC, the Pokemon company, about this. They confirmed to me that this is incorrect. Oh, they haven't cut out people for doing Nuzlockes or anything like that. They don't care as long as you follow the confines of what's possible in the game, suggesting, okay, now we got two sides here. Are we from the guys in Nintendo Minute, they lie? They don't have no reason to lie. I don't see them having any reason to lie, but now we got a he say, she say, and one of them is basically Joe Merrick saying they spoke to the TPC and they said it was fine. So now we got two sides of the story, right? Now, obviously, it's not that big of a deal. If you're watching this, you're like, all right, who really cares, bro? But at the end of the day, I kind of want to know who's right and who's wrong, right? Like, it's so petty that I just kind of want to know, just for the sake of just ending this thing. Joe responded and said, I doubt this will spread as far because I remember the saying and paraphrasing, a lie can spread around the world before the truth can even be put on his shoes. Non-story. He said it's fake news. It's fake news. Just to clarify further, since my words are being misconstrued a little, I'm not saying they are lying. What likely happened was miscommunication. TPCI's stance is what I've said above and has been for a very long time. At the end of the day, everyone has just chalked it up to miscommunication. Just saying like, nope, I didn't mean it that way. I was actually saying this. I was actually saying that. No harm, no foul on any parties involved. But to be honest, I could see Nintendo or Pokemon thinking that a Nuzlocke was a hack. I could see it, but I digress. Speaking of what else I can see, Ember Silver said Fortnite added peak new Fortnite season. Also, yes, this is an end game render of, oh my God, your girl Gwen Spider-Girl is now in Fortnite. And just, you know, Fortnite is just known. They just got finished bringing in Goku and the Dragon Ball Z universe and everything with Bulma and Barris. And now they got Spider-Verse people in there and it looks really good. I think there's a clip somewhere where they actually look like, I thought they were bringing back Splatoon 3 into Fortnite. Like, let me see if I can find that clip really fast. I don't know who this is, but this has got to be a squid. What? I've been playing Splatoon 3, by the way, nonstop for the past week, and that's a squid hop. Going to ink form, coming out and shooting, that's wild. But also in gaming news, the Nintendo Direct was last week, and in case you guys missed it or you don't remember, I'll give you a very, very quick TLDR recap of the games that were announced and just let you know how I feel about it in general. And we'll skip over the small ones because they announced a lot of farm games, like there was like 4 or 5 different like farm simulator games where it's like, hey, welcome, you're in a farmland and you're planting crops and blah blah blah. And we've all done that, right? I mean, we all have therapy in the form of Stardew Valley. Okay, we've already been in that schmug with playing Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon. We've already done it, right? But like for some reason in this direct, they decided to announce like 4 or 5 of those guys almost back to back to back. Like like I said in my tweet, farm simulation game stonks are way up. Anyway, when it comes to the direct, everything that you need to know, they talked about Fire Emblem Engage, a new Fire Emblem game that has your boy Marth as a main character. Apparently they can pull off some Xenoblade Chronicles 3 moves where they can kind of merge together and they're fighting against monsters this time around, which is weird because usually Fire Emblem is about, you know, factions and people fighting in war and, you know, just, you know, inner human turmoil. But now I guess now the turmoil is going to monsters and they're fighting against them and it looks pretty cool. Also, they got It Takes Two is coming to the Switch, which is a great game that I haven't played. It Takes Two is a game that you need to play with a second person. So if you are forever alone like me, then you have not played the game yet. Fatal Frame is also coming to the Switch. It's some horror game that I won't play because I am I'm a coward. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass Wave, which basically introduces a new girl into the game. She's like a cyborg type character from Persona, like Aegis or whatever. So she came in. SpongeBob SquarePants, Fitness Boxing, Fist of the North Star, where you sit there, you just box in the game. Like, literally is a punching game, like where you, I don't know how else to do. You do the huda IRL. It's like a workout game, basically. Oddballers, I can't remember what that was. Tonic is coming to the Switch. The game is out for the Steam. It's a really cute looking game that people have been talking about and playing at. That I saw someone speedrun. It looks really good. It's coming to the Switch. It's great. Front Mission Remake 1 and 2. Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, which is a Harvest Moon sequel game, is going to be coming out. Splatoon 3 Splatfest, which is Team Grub versus Team Food, or Team Grub versus Team, Gear versus Team Fun. And I chose Team Grub because I need that food. Octopath Traveler 2 got announced and it looks good. Launches February 24th, 2023. Fae Farm, another one of the simulation games, got announced, comes out spring 2023. What else we got? Mario & Rabbids Spark of Hope, which is going to be the game of the year. Got announced. The release is October 20th. I cannot wait to play that game. I've been talking about Mario & Rabbids on this channel forever and ever, and the first one that came out, I said it was the game of the year over Breath of the Wild. No cap. And it's going to be game of the year over God of War this year. No cap. Anyway, Rune Factory 3 is going to be coming out. Nintendo 64 games. Everyone got hyped for this. So if you guys don't know, Nintendo has Nintendo Switch Online. And every month they've been releasing like a different game. Recently they released Pokemon Puzzle League. Before that it was like Wave Runner. And then before that it was something else. But they're trying to get people to get onto Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. And they've announced that they're going to get Pilot Wings, Mario Party 1, Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3, Pokemon Stadium, and Pokemon Stadium 2, 1080 Snowboarding, and Excite Bike 64, and last but definitely not least, GoldenEye 64. Now, okay, if you are hyped about GoldenEye 64, that means you lived in the era where you sat on a big TV and you had 4 people playing and you were trying to kill people by screen peeking. GoldenEye 64 is a very, very huge deal. The fact that it's being brought to the Nintendo Switch Online service. I will say this though, just as a quick tidbit, I bought Pokemon Puzzle League for the Nintendo Switch Online service and I tried to play it, and it wasn't the same experience as playing it offline because lag. A little bit of tiny lag for that game completely ruins the experience. So I don't know how that's going to affect any of the other games, but I'm excited for Pokemon Stadium, specifically the mini games. The mini games on Pokemon Stadium were just another freaking level. But that was really big news, and people were really excited for that. Taking a breath. Various Day Life, Factorio for the Switch. People have been telling me to play Factorio, but that comes out October 28th. A game called IB, which is a lo-fi 2D horror game. Mario Strikers got an update. Atelier Riser 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key, comes out February 24th. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, another booster course pass that comes with just 2 new stages. So if you guys want Mario Kart 9, it ain't coming, okay? Nintendo is going to continue milking its biggest selling game of all time, Mario Kart 8, just as long as they can. You ain't getting no new Mario Kart 9 at least until 2024 probably at this point. Nintendo Switch Sports free update that now comes with golf. They've talked about Super Nintendo World coming to Universal Studios in Hollywood. So they have Super Nintendo World out in Japan, and now they have one in Hollywood, which is pretty dope. So if you want to go touch grass IRL and actually go experience gaming in real life, you can go do that. Pikmin 4 also got announced as well. So there's 2 type of Pikmins. Pikmin for like the phone, where you can kind of play it like Pokemon Go, and you have to literally just walk around and Pokemon Go, but with Pikmin. That's basically what it is. But they also showed a quick little Pikmin 4 announcement suggesting that it's going to be coming out as well, and that is also in development. I never played any of the Pikmin games, but I know that is a big freaking deal. Just Dance 2023. They showed off Bayonetta 3. The game releases October 28th. It looks really good. People are really excited about that game. I can't believe Bayonetta 3 is actually coming out in a month. People have been waiting for that for a while. Master Detectives Archives Raincode, a detective RPG. This is a game that was created by Spike Chunsoft, the people who made Danganronpa, and people are excited for this one as well. It comes out next year, 2023, but it's not a killing game where you just try to survive or whatever. And this one, there is people dying, but it's more like a mystery murder detective game. I guess kind of like, maybe like Phoenix Wright, but without the trials. You got Resident Evil Village coming to the cloud. You got Sifu, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII. If you guys haven't played Crisis Core like me, you want to know the story of Zack, the guy who is Cloud or is not Cloud. I don't really know the full extent of that, but that comes out on Nintendo for December 13th. You got Radiant Silver Gun. You got Endless Darkest Dungeon. You got Tales of Symphonia remastered. And by Tales of Symphonia, I mean the one with Lloyd Irving offering girl Colette hot coffee, but then saying it was cold and then saying it was hot again. The ultimate gaslight experience in gaming is coming out. It comes out 2023. If you guys have not gotten to the Tales of Symphonia game, Tales of Symphonia here is probably the most iconic of the Tales series in terms of like boostering it. There are a lot of different franchises, but this is the one I think that kind of takes the key as like the number one of it. And then they said, and the rest of it, we got Life is Strange, Romancing Saga, Lego Brick Tales, Disney Speedstorm, Fall Guys Season 2, Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, available February 24th, 2023. It's a game where it's a side platformer with Kirby, and it looks really good because everyone can be Kirby. You can play with 4 different people. And then finally, last but not least, the biggest, chunkiest, wonkiest of them all. I can't believe I'm talking like nonstop this entire time about the gaming thing. That's crazy. Anyway, I can't stop talking. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of a Kingdom. We finally have a title. The game looks dope. Your boy Link looks tired. He looks exhausted. He looks like he's tired of running around this entire map all the time without a car, but he's getting the job done. Tears of the Kingdom. Why are people crying? Did somebody die? Did Ganondorf win? Okay, the first one was called Breath of the Wild, right? But now it's the Tears of the Kingdom. What is going on? It's coming out. We also got a release date, May 12th, 2023. So God of War coming out this year, probably being Game of the Year. And then Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, that game will probably be the Game of the Year going into next year. So those two didn't match up. I'm glad that they didn't, because that would have been crazy competitive. But that was the Nintendo Direct. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't like spectacular. I'd give it like a solid like B, like out of like A, B, C, D, E. I'd give it a B or a B minus. It wasn't that crazy. We knew what was coming. There wasn't any like crazy wow surprises that blew my mind, but I'm glad to know that we now have a release date for Zelda and Tears of the Kingdom. And that was the Nintendo Direct in a freaking nutshell. Just wrapped up. Let me know how you guys feel about that. But we also had the PlayStation State of Play. PlayStation State of Play was not as long as Nintendo Direct. I think it was only 20 minutes. It was a baby one, but it was packed with some good videos. It started off here with Tekken 8, where you can basically see Kazuya and Jin fighting, and it looks really, really crazy good in terms of just the graphics. So Tekken 8, the fighting game, getting announced. By the way, there's a Tekken anime actually that's available on Netflix. It's kind of mid, but if you like Tekken, it's worth the watch. Anyway, got announced Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge and Demio. There's this game called Demio, which I thought was Dame, but it's like a VR type experience thing. I don't know too much about it. Like a Dragon by Ishin looked absolutely godlike. Think Yakuza, the Yakuza series, but also put back into like, you know, Edo Japan basically, and put those two together, and that's what it looked like. It looked extremely good. It says for awareness, it is not exclusive to PlayStation and will launch on PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series as well. This game, Like a Dragon Ishin, looks like it's going to be amazing. They announced Hogwarts Legacy, the long RPG game that's coming out for just basically Harry Potter. That's going to be coming out. It's going to be coming out February 10th. A lot of people are really excited for this game. I'm not hip to it yet, but I think it's going to be pretty dope. They talked about Pacific Drive. It's some dude who's driving and he's just in the Pacific. And you're just trying to escape. And you're just trying to live. That's literally the game. They talked about these digital collectibles. There's basically like NFTs. Looks like NFTs. Not very important, so we're not going to go into it. Then they talked about this game called Sensuality, which is a new IP Bandai Namco coming in 2023. It looks like Nier Automata. It's some girl and she's basically also messing around with cyborgs and robots as well. It's kind of got that same feel about it. You know, it's the waifu robot combination. Definitely going to play it for science, but also for science is Stellar Blade. Okay, now this one's not for science. This one is for the lore and the plot, and it stars these girls with lots of lore and lots of plot, if you know what I mean. It's called, the final name for it, for Project Eve. It's a PlayStation 5 exclusive coming in 2023. And let me just tell you, okay, the plot, the assets, the gameplay looks absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to have to play this game because I do enjoy plot, if you know what I mean. Fatal Frame is coming out too as well in early 2023. Again, this one has plot, but I'm not trying to get spooked over it. Ronin came out. It's a game, Rise of the Ronin. It's a new game by Team Ninja, which looked like it's going to be really, really freaking good. I thought it was going to be a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, but it looks completely different. So that looks really exciting. And then finally, they announced God of War. They showed off a new controller, and I was like, what? Is that it? Just a controller? But then they showed off actual trailer of God of War, your boy Kratos going, boy, what are you doing? boy. And, you know, his son, Loki's over here like, Dad, I'm going to protect you, blah, 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 blah. His son has like superpowers or something like that. I don't know details, but it looks absolutely crazy. It's just basically Kratos being like this small, fighting monsters that are like literally 1,000 times bigger than him. I think Kratos is going to fight an eventual planet at this point because the size of these monsters make no sense. These monsters should not be losing to Kratos, okay? Kratos is a god destroyer or whatever, okay? But this is a different weight class. They should not be able to box with these dudes. It makes no damn sense, right? I can see Kratos fighting the moon from freaking Zelda, freaking Majora's Mask, like, and somehow just winning. How? I don't know. You should just get crushed. But anyway, that was the direct, and that one was pretty decent as well. Very short, compact, nothing crazy in terms of like too wild, but good stuff. And yeah, so yeah guys, that was my Nintendo Direct and State of the Play summary. Let me know if you guys enjoyed me just literally just rambling about it for like non-stop. I'm not gonna put any visuals up there because I can't edit. I'm still editing my videos right now, and at the moment, so I just do not feel like just dropping edits or visuals or whatever. Just listen to my voice, okay? Just listen to the hype. You guys know I'm hyped about it. Let me know how you feel about the Directs, which games you're most excited for, which games you're not excited for, what you're going to buy, what you're not going to buy, what you think is going to get Game of the Year, and all that. Just talk to me in the comments below. But all right guys, that's all I have for today's video. Again, lots of crazy news all over the place. There's some small things every now and then that I could have probably talked about as well, but I'll just save for you guys later, maybe for a video on Wednesday. Sorry I'm not uploading as much as often. Going through some stuff that I'm trying to fix, man. It's just, again, like I said early in the video, it's always during those times where you want to start doing the most. Like you want to start going to the gym, where you want to be productive, where you want, and then boom, something kind of just happens that just takes away the sales. So I'm doing my best in the background. And maybe I'll update you guys on it, but I'm going to try my best to keep being consistent with you guys while I can. But if you made it this far, again, thanks for listening. I do love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Be careful out in them streets because them streets ain't safe. Don't be giving anybody any money, all right, that you can't afford to just not have, all right? Because stuff happens, bro. And brush your teeth because I can smell it across the screen. I love y'all. Y'all take it easy. Peace.